Yes, Ms. Sir.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner Mkhwanazi, before we broke for lunch, we were about to turn to your paragraph in the supplementary statement. Your paragraph 4. The heading is operations outside the city. Do you have that?
Yes.
Okay. We stopped just before you dealt with that. So if you could just then deal with the contents of that paragraph. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Please proceed.
Oh, thank you, Chair. Paragraph 4, the headings operations outside the city. Here I've touched the operation that we have been doing since the inception of the Metropolis. When I joined in 2002, 2003, I was operational. We have been doing operations with other cities outside the city of Ekurhuleni, in different municipalities, not even in different municipalities only, outside the province. Tracing wanted suspects, joining joint operations, doing crime prevention operations, also jointly doing traffic law enforcement. One was mentioned that it's a thin line between the city of Ekurhuleni and the city of Johannesburg. We're separated in most of the time in one street. Activities that are taking place in the city of Johannesburg are affecting the city of Ekurhuleni. Activities that are taking place in the city of Ekurhuleni, they affect the city of Midvaal. Activities that are taking in the city of Midvaal are affecting the city of, in fact, all the municipalities within Gauteng are separated only by one street. Sometimes people that stay in the city of Ekurhuleni, when you go to R50, the southern part of the city of Ekurhuleni, people there, Palm Ridge area, they buy in Midvaal. They are serviced by the police station that it's at Midvaal, Valrengel. You see, the demarcation of SAPS there is not like our demarcation. You see, when you go to the northern part of Tembisa, the Winnie Mandela and other areas, the western part of the north, you see, it's separated by one street. The problematic area that is giving us challenges in terms of crime. Officers of Ekurhuleni, find them executing duties on daily basis there. Officers of the city of Johannesburg, they are doing that. You see, there are areas where I, as the acting chief of police, I don't know demarcations, gray areas. We call them gray areas. Find officers doing law enforcement this side, but I thought this is the city of Ekurhuleni. Find the members of EMPD doing traffic law enforcement. When you go that side, you find members of Ekurhuleni. They said, no, but chief, sometimes we execute, but because it's a gray area, no one knows it. When you go towards R21, we're having such in terms of our freeways, the northern part, JNL areas, the informal settlements there. That's what it's happening. And in terms of crime prevention, our officers, there are activities that are taking place, illegal activities that are taking place where suspects, they move to the city or they move to the certain municipalities. Our members do that. But except that, commissioners, 2001, there was a memorandum of agreement between the city of Ekurhuleni and other municipalities. 2005 or 15, just that I was unable to get that copy. There was another memorandum of understanding between the city. The first one, I do have the copy. I've submitted an attachment. The second one, I couldn't get the copy, but I know that I saw that one. Then there's this one that we signed again between the city and all law enforcement agencies and all the municipalities, that we can't be separated by one street. If crime is happening here, members can go and execute in different areas. As much as other metros are doing that, whilst we are driving around, doing your patrols or going home, you see them arresting, doing execution, doing traffic law enforcement, because we are separated and they are assisting us a lot. You see, and our members are on daily basis doing that. I've also attached the successes to prove that it is not Mkhwanazi's thing, as people are claiming that I'm instructing people. It has been happening whilst I was still a constable, and it's happening. Even if when I was suspended, even if when I'm sick due to COVID, such operations have been taking place. There are days that everything that I've submitted. And the recent memorandum of the understanding that was pushed by Office of the Minister. Fortunately, we have been doing it as Gauteng, but now we have done it and we have operationalized it again. That members must go, members must execute law enforcement. I was trying to summarize on that, because when there was evidence or when they were giving evidence, it was like it is an instruction, you see. I took many instructions from the different chief of police that you are hating crowd management, there's a problem in the city of Johannesburg. Students are protesting, go and assist. I leaded the unit under instruction, and we executed work very closely with SAPS, work very closely with the other municipalities. Some challenges were taking place in the city of Tshwane. We have been deployed, we worked, and I leaded those when I was a commander, a superintendent. But except that, when I was a new recruit, we had many operations that we had to trace wanted suspects, competing with SAPS national, competing with SAPS provinces. There was a competition that we want to see the best team. And we came third in the nationally, because we were able to trace all the suspects. We go to the police station, you check we call them red dockets, and you'll forget the name, and check that this has been not being executed for time and the suspect is not traceable. But if we're able to do that, we've been doing that. There was a time where Tumsan Masilela, a celebrity, was gunned down or was murdered, you see. Chief Mapiaye, who came here and said he doesn't know that. He established a team. When I'm saying to you, CL was formed to say there's this celebrity that was gunned down or was murdered. Go and check. The team went up until to the borders of South Africa. You see, I know Commissioner Revo spoke about it, thought it's me, no. You see. And when they came back, they gave briefing, the CLU team. They gave briefing. And in that team, we had members who are not even Metropolis, but we are having information. We are assisting the team to trace the suspect. But it's unfortunate, some of them, they were outside the borders, but some of them, they were arrested. It is not a new thing. It's not something that is surprising. You see, we are doing that as we are sitting here. There are feedback sometimes when I meet members, say, we went to that day, we got successes. And deep down, you see, to listen, oh, they work outside the city, oh, they work outside that. But we are not allowed to engage, we keep quiet. But there's an evidence from one unit I couldn't get, as I've said that I'm outside, I couldn't get for everyone. But there's a stats, when you go to the city and check the stats and check operations that are executed by the units without even commanders, by the members themselves, when they communicate among themselves and say the suspect is there, they wait and trace and arrest the suspect.
Commissioner Mkhwanazi, clarify this for me. Are these joint operations or operations conducted only by EMPD? In other words, can EMPD go to Soweto on its own, enter somebody's house and confiscate stolen goods?
We have done that a million times, Commissioner.
Without JMPD there?
Yeah, yes. And JMPD have done that a million times in our
And
side.
without SEPs there?
Yes.
And you say what authorizes EMPD to do that is a memorandum of
We've got a
understanding.
memorandum of understanding, or sometimes members operationally, when we need the court information.
Where do we find that memorandum of
I
understanding?
have attached the two ones that I'm having. It's the one of 2015.
Is this the document you refer to on page 5 as JD 19, which I assume we will correct?
Let me check, Commissioner.
That's correct, Commissioner. 19 Roman 1 and Roman 2, yes.
And let me say it's some of, because I couldn't find the two others.
Okay, if then...
Can I just check?
Yes.
I see, yes, I hear you. You say you can't find the two others, but one would expect that they are pretty much the same. because the principle is the same.
Yes,
Cooperation.
yes. Then I've also attached the one that we're having with NPA for other national operations, where national and international. As EMPD, we don't just work in the city of Ekurhuleni, Commissioner Khumalo. Now I'm raising another thing now, in terms of NPA and EMPD, in terms of exhuming those that were killed during apartheid times. You see, there's a memorandum of agreement between the city and NPA. We are not just limited to, and some members are coming in to be part of that team. That's what I'm trying to.
Thank you, Commissioner Mkhwanazi. You deal at page 5, as Commissioner Khumalo pointed out. You reference 2 documents you have annexed. Mark JD 19 Roman 1 and 19 Roman 2. Do you see that in bold?
Yes.
Okay. And as Commissioner Khumalo correctly pointed out, we have to correct that. It has to be 18 Roman 1 and 18 Roman 2.
JD 19.
It is annexed as 18, so I'm requesting that we make that small correction in your statement. You accept that?
Yes, Commissioner.
So let's now if we go to JD 18 now, Roman 1, that is a later document. It's a memorandum of understanding between the SAPS, Gauteng Department of Community and Safety, Gauteng Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, and a host of 3 metropolitan councils, I think 2 district councils, and about 6 local municipalities. You see that?
Yes, Commissioner.
Okay. Let's keep that document perhaps let's go to the last page of that document. I see that that particular document was signed on the 15th of April 2025, and that you'll find at page 411.
411.
11. At the bottom there.
Yes.
Signed by Kagiso Leruta, Acting City Manager, on behalf of Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Municipality. Correct?
Yes, Commissioner.
So I'm saying this is a very recent document. I want us instead to go to JD 18 Roman 2. And actually at 18 Roman 2, there are 2 documents. The first starts at page 414.
Yes.
And the second starts at page 430. We confirm that.
Still going there.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, do you recall when EMPD was established?
2002.
2002. And these documents, at least the complete one, starting at page 414, is dated August 2001, and that you'll find at page 428. 428. Signed by Paul Masako, City Manager, on behalf of Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Council.
Yes.
And then the counterpart is Johannesburg Metropolitan Council, Paul Pascal Muloi. The second document that starts at 430 doesn't have a last page. So it's you haven't included the last page, the signature page, so it's difficult to say when that one was concluded.
I think it's that one that I'm having a challenge. That I've said I can't trace it. It was full. But if you go to the city, you'll get the correct and all the pages.
Okay.
The one that it was signed in between the two memorandum of understandings.
And I see from both, when I compare them, the one is an agreement, memorandum of understanding between Ekurhuleni municipality and Johannesburg, correct? The other is the same agreement between Ekurhuleni but with City of Tshwane Metropolitan Municipality.
Yes, Commissioner.
Now, if you compare them, they are worded in the exact same terms. And in particular, I would like to refer us to page 419 of interest at clause 4, period of agreement. And both memoranda stipulate that the agreement, which is the document we are reading, shall be deemed to have commenced on the date of establishment of the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Service, which establishment will commence by appropriate publication in the Gazette, you see?
Yes, Commissioner.
So I understand then from these documents that the agreements, when concluded, EMPD was yet to be formally gazetted.
I can't answer that because I was still at the college. I was a new recruit. But I know that before it was launched, it must be gazetted. That's why I'm saying it was launched 2002. Maybe drafting and other things, 2000, 2001, but I was not yet a fully fledged Metro Police officer. I was still at the college.
I accept that my question was based on what I'm reading.
Okay,
to
yes.
say that's what it would suggest. Now, to the question, you remember you put up these documents to...
Can I just ask you a question? On 428, is that date 2001 or 2004?
I read it to be 2001.
428.
428, that's signed to it on this day of August
Or it is 2001, Commissioner.
1.
No, Commissioner, yes.
Thank you, Commissioner. Now, Commissioner Khumalo asked you whether it's these documents you rely upon to make the argument that you were entitled to work outside the jurisdiction of Ekurhuleni and not necessarily as part of joint operations with JMPD or TMPD. You confirm that these are the documents?
Yes, and I'm also responding to the testimony that was given here that there's no document that allows us to work outside the jurisdiction of the city. It was made by the Chief of Police.
Would you be able to say which clause in particular, at least in the document starting at 415, grants EMPD the power to operate outside its jurisdiction? And perhaps while you are thinking of that, can I refer you to page 419 of the same document? And at clause 3, under heading provision of services, it reads, and I quote, notwithstanding the date hereof, the service shall be delivered to both the area and the other area by the council and the service provider, so that the inhabitants of both areas shall not suffer disruption of service.
Which clause is that, sort, Commissioner?
Page 419, clause 3, under the heading provision of services.
Application of law provision or provisions, I can see.
Okay.
Number 3, ne?
Yes.
Yes.
The parties agree that the interests of inhabitants of both areas in regard to the provision of service are paramount and agree to cooperate with one another to ensure that interests are fully protected. Do you see where I'm reading?
Yes.
The interesting thing about this clause, as I read it, it says the service is delivered in both areas by the council and service provider. Now, if we go to page 417, it's a list of definitions there. And clause 1.1.2 defines the service provider as the Johannesburg Metropolitan Police Service. And that clause says the service provider, being JMPD, will operate in both areas. Now, I was trying to understand which clause should I read to understand that EMPD can also operate in Johannesburg and Tshwane.
And it doesn't also say that they can't operate without each other, but they will provide services.
It doesn't?
It doesn't say that they can't operate or they can't execute their duties without each other.
I wouldn't expect it to, because EMPD has got its area of jurisdiction. The question you are answering is whether or not it's authorized to operate outside its jurisdiction. And for that purpose, you put forward this document
Yes.
to confirm. Now, I'm trying to find in this document where it gives EMPD the requisite jurisdiction as you understand it.
That's why I'm saying it doesn't also specify that you can't operate or you can't execute your duties, you can't go and arrest suspect outside the jurisdiction.
Okay. So when you say it also doesn't say you can't do it, should I understand that to mean that the document doesn't authorize EMPD to do so, and neither does it prohibit EMPD from doing so? Is that your answer?
So I'm reading something I think is going to assist me. Can you read service standards, paragraph 5?
At page 419.
Yes.
Yes.
It says the service standard will be. Yeah, my eyes are killing me.
The one that is mutually agreed upon.
Or it says the service standards shall be mutually agreed upon both parties or their nominees and will comply with standards set by the National Commissioner of South Africa or South African or of South.
Sorry, it's incomplete, Miss.
Yes.
There's a page missing. Page 77 is missing.
Page 5, yes.
So that paragraph 5 is not complete.
I noticed that. Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, well, let's park it for now. You check from your originals whether you do have that paragraph 5, and we can revisit the matter.
But can you also assist?
Page 5, rather.
Yes, I'm asking the Commissioner, can you also assist what I'm checking? Maybe we'll get a document which is having everything. As I've said, I'm limited in terms of getting things. That's my humble request, but I will also try to get.
Yes, I thought perhaps we will check first with your original to see whether the mistake arose while the copies were being run and a page was skipped, or whether you don't have it in your original agreement, in which event then we'll try and locate a copy from the EMPD or Ekurhuleni municipality.
Yes, but may I also raise it that in the recent launch by the National Police or Minister, the National Commissioner, it was articulated in the premier. It was articulated or it was said many times that gone are those days where members will be limiting themselves in terms of executing their duties. When they see the suspect here runs in the city of Johannesburg, would say, no, I'm not going there. You must make sure that you arrest the suspect. Same thing that must happen to other municipalities. And it has assisted us a lot as the city. Why I'm saying that, in fact, we are benefiting more than the city of Johannesburg. Because in terms of resources, there are more resources than us, and they're more visible in the city. Because I think many of them, they stay, not many of them, but there's a certain amount of officers of Johannesburg that are residing within, I'm not sure why, the city of Ekurhuleni. And that in terms of visibility, when driving the freeways, when they see offenses, blue lights, they drive in the freeway, blue lights, marked vehicle, they assist a lot. Or you find them stopping a vehicle, drunk and driving, they will call, or we stop them, may I have chief, this person is drunk, can I be assisted? They will assist, and the member will appear in court and the evidence will be given. But the only thing that limits us is the question of issuing of fines, because our computer numbers are limited to the city of Ekurhuleni. I'm saying this public now. A member of JMPT can come and issue a traffic fine in the city of Ekurhuleni because the courts that we are using, they are in the city of Johannesburg. The section 56 book, the notice books that we are using, like in the city of Ekurhuleni, it's saving all the courts that are in the city of Ekurhuleni. That means when in the streets are only divided per municipal courts. For example, if the streets are around Germiston, they will be limited to Germiston or Ellisburg municipal court or court. You see, that's a challenge. But in terms of crime prevention and other things, I must mention that our members have been testify. Even now, we are authorizing our members to go and testify, paid by the city for accommodation, to go and testify in KZN. For the arrests that they've made, our members are going to different provinces. The city pays for accommodation, pays for everything because of the arrests that they made within that province or that area. And it's happening. It has been happening before I became in charge or before I was promoted as a member. It is still happening. Even if now when I'm not, it's still happening. It's happening. And it was authorized by different chiefs. I became in. I know that I also authorized for accommodation for other members, for cases that are taking 10 years, 15 years, or not 15, but cases that are being postponed. Members are attending those things. Thank you.
Okay. You recall when, before I referred to these two documents, I had said we should skip JD 18, Roman 1, which I said is the later agreement with the different municipalities, local municipalities and the 3 metropolitans and the Gauteng Department of Community Safety. You recall that?
Yes.
And that is at page 396, if we could just quickly turn to that. And
page?
It starts at page 396, JD 18, Roman 1.
It's a different file, eh?
No, the same file of your statement, of your supplementary statement.
Oh, statement.
Yeah. And I refer to this document. You recall this is the document I pointed out was signed by the acting city manager of Ekurhuleni on the 15th of April 2025, so last year. So this is about the most recent, I take it?
Yes, it's the recent one.
Now I just want to test whether, would I be correct to rely on its wording to understand your response as regards the issue of jurisdiction. And for that purpose, I would like to refer you to page 402 and clause 7 of that agreement. So that memorandum of understanding at clause 7 sets out the areas and manner of cooperation. Do you see that?
Parties partake to cooperating within the means, it's within, yes.
Yes, and then it lists preventing, combating, and suppressing crime, including but not limited to a list them, creation of shared safer cities and towns, development of programs, alignment of strategies, training and capacity building. If you go overleaf at 403, it then addresses at clause 7.2, manner of cooperation. And it says the parties shall cooperate by exchange of information. 721, do you see where I'm reading?
Exchange of information, interest of, yes.
Searching for wanted suspects and missing persons, sharing of policing technology, training courses. What I'm particularly interested in is from paragraph 7.2.6, which reads, and I quote, cooperation within the framework of this MOU shall take place on the basis of request for assistance from the executive authority or on the initiative of the executive authority which deems such assistance to be of interest to other executive authority. Do you see that?
Yes, yes.
Now, the term executive authority, I think, is defined. Now, that's one that is without definition. We will derive it from the Local Government Municipal Structures Act. At 728, staying at page 403, it says parties shall operate in each other's operating area or jurisdiction only during planned operations and for duration of the operation. In all operations, an operational plan must be submitted prior to the operation within a reasonable time to the Office Sub-Provincial Commissioner for approval.
Yes, yes.
At 729, 7.2.9, it says the executive authority requesting an operation to its area together with subs will take the lead to the operation. Now, these clauses speak to the question of jurisdiction and operating in the various jurisdictions by the various municipal police departments. Do you understand that as well?
Very clear.
Now, this document prescribes how that cooperation must happen, and it prescribes that any of the police municipal departments will operate in a jurisdiction other than theirs only during planned operations. That's 7.2.8. Do you see?
Yes.
And that goes to the question that Commissioner Khumalo asked you.
Yes.
Whether operating outside your jurisdiction, is it strictly during planned operations or even without planned operations? And I think your response was, it doesn't require planned operations.
Now, I've said during and sometimes it's unplanned operations. Members go. In fact, I'm agreeing with you that this document talk about the operations, spontaneous operations, the operations where members got information now and go and execute. Sometimes it leads them to outside where the suspect, they apprehend the suspect and everything.
And he gave an example, I think, about whether you can go search for and arrest a suspect in Soweto without JMPD, and you confirmed that you have the authority to do so.
Yes, I've said we even went, we are going outside the province.
Yes, and you even said you go internationally as well.
No, international, I was talking about the exhuming of the previous, yes. It is a different memorandum of understanding than this one.
Okay. Now this would be inconsistent with that answer, but I accept that this was signed in 2025.
Yes.
Because this 2025 version says you may only do so within a planned operation.
No, it is a...
The document, I'm not talking about reality on the ground, I'm talking about what the document is telling us.
I agree with you on this one.
So are you suggesting that prior to the signature of this document, something else permitted you to do it otherwise than as prescribed by this document?
Prior and after, operations are going on, as I'm saying. I don't want to come in and want to impress the commission that we are complying. The next thing, when we get the state said we went in there and arrested the suspect that was running away from our jurisdiction, said we were able to apprehend.
You ran ahead of me. I hadn't posed my question.
Humble apologies. I apologize.
So if now we know based on this document that it can only be a planned operation and it specifies strictly, clause 7.2, the process that must be followed, and that it requires a request for an operation in its area, as we have read. So this document would suggest that no other form of operation outside a planned operation is permissible. Is that your understanding as well?
But operational is a different story. I agree with you. I was part of this. I was part of formation of this document. I participated in this document.
Okay.
But due to, as I've said, that our jurisdictions, our demarcations, you see, you may find yourself in this era thinking that you're in this era. The other operation makes you to to be outside of jurisdiction whilst you plan to be in this. It's happening on a daily basis. I don't want to lie. I don't want to impress this commission.
So
Chairperson.
then I must understand it is still happening today, notwithstanding what this MOU prescribes, that it can only be for planned operations. Nonetheless, EMPD still operates outside its jurisdiction.
Chairperson, it's happening. I can't lie.
Okay.
Yes, it's not only in EMPD. You see, it's happening. As I've said, that you drive around to see members stopping executing. Sometimes find that they were driving towards that place where they stay, or they're going to the place of work, and then offense it's happening.
Okay.
There you can't stop and say, I'm waiting for the commander and operational plan, where they are able to need assistance. For example, sometimes the chief of transport will call, hey, I've got my members there, they need your assistance because they can't execute, I can't do that. There we intervene. But there are those planned ones, you see.
It might be helpful.
For example, for illicit, sorry.
I was saying it might be helpful to look at page 415, where section 64 prescribed the powers, and that whoever prepared that, it specifically says that the powers in 64F may only be executed within the borders.
You are too fast, Commissioner.
Am I too fast? Page 415. I think if we are looking for the boundaries of the powers.
I got it.
Yes, it says that the powers in 64F of the SEPS Act may only be exercised within the borders of Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Council unless, and this is that important part, unless an appropriate agreement has been signed with a neighboring municipality. So that tells us very clearly that in the absence of an agreement, you don't have the legal authority to operate outside Ekurhuleni Metro. You see where I'm reading?
Yes, I think it's what we need to correct. I agree, we need to stick and correct that. And those that, because I'm still on suspension, those that are viewing, we need to engage on that and make sure that we stick on that. We need to agree that there's that limits and it needs to happen.
Just so I don't get lost, what are you suggesting needs to be corrected?
No, I'm saying we need to stick on that. The way Commissioner Baloyi, she's reading it.
Yes.
You see, we need to make sure that we stick on this. You see,
it's not the way Commissioner Baloyi is reading it. It's how it's written. It's how it's written.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just so you find your bearings, that's a 2001 agreement.
May I read it, Commissioner? I think you're too fast. And I read the list.
You may read it.
Please. Section 64F of the South African Police Service Act 1995 prescribe the powers of metropolitan police officers and state that these powers may only be executed within the borders of Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Council unless an appropriate agreement has been signed with a neighboring municipality. To such an agreement have been signed with neighboring municipalities who either already have municipal police service or who are on the verge of establishing such municipal police services. Other agreement with neighboring municipalities will be signed once Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Municipal Services have been established. Okay. The reason, therefore, is that the other municipalities are not. Let me limit myself to this. I get you. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, as I understand it, you say what is supposed to be corrected is that you must stop operating outside your municipal boundaries because Section 64F doesn't allow you to operate outside.
Yes, Chair, I get you now. Thank you. Thank you for correcting.
Just clarify something for me. Assuming your understanding is correct, if EMPD officers were to go to KZN, as you say, or to Soweto to arrest a suspect and confiscate stolen goods, when you come back to EMPD offices, where do you record that event?
The members are having pocketbooks members are having, the units are having OP, but we had a challenge for the past 10 years. They use their own diaries, their own books, they record. But monthly, there's a stats that we're getting in terms of the feedback.
So you say it will only appear in the member's individual diary?
Yes.
So if a member went to Soweto to arrest a suspect, or let's not use an arrest because somebody has to be detained if they are arrested. So if they went to Soweto and they confiscated stolen goods, the only place they would record that and the fact that they've confiscated goods is in the member's own individual diary.
From our side, we can check through that.
Where do they book the goods that they have confiscated?
I would say it depends per operation. Sometimes you book or sometimes you, I can't tell. But they are supposed to go to the police station or book it where it's necessary. For example, if you find the explosive, you can't take them to the police station. You call a relevant team to do that. If you find, for example, animals, it's the issue of SPCA. It differs per operation, per your, let me say per operations. Because
I think you assisted me halfway through your answer, because if I understand you correctly, if they confiscate stolen goods in Soweto, they must take them to the police station.
Yes.
And
yes,
that
yes,
must
yes.
be recorded
Yes,
there.
yes, yes, yes.
That's all I needed to
Then
clarify.
through our own books, then we'll get it maybe weekly or monthly, that there was this operation that was done. Because you can't be there every day. And
Thank you.
If there's no notebook, because the police officer has lost their notebook, we will never know about that operation.
I must say that, Chair, because that's one of the challenges that was having us. For the past 10 years, we didn't have pocket books, OP books. You see, administration was not there. You see, you only depend when they reported. You see, that's why sometimes you'll get a complaint after a year or 6 months or 7 months. You have to, what happened? You see, why didn't you do this? Why? No, we didn't have this and that. You see, that's a challenge. But at least now, when I acted, we were able to have an agreement with government printers of pocket books of OP, because we depended, to be honest, we depended on SAPS. If such police station doesn't have, we were always begging, asking for OP books. You can't ask for SAPS a pocket book because it's writing SAPS. But for OP book, members will go, or unit commanders. In fact, we were putting them into pressure. That's not supposed to be like that. They will go to a certain police station. If you've got an extra OP, please, may you please borrow us, or may you please give us that OP book. Administratively, it was a very serious challenge, I must say, to this commission. But I'm told now that, just that I'm suspended, but they've started to deliver. The government printers have started to deliver OP books, pocket book. I think it has improved now. Because by law, each and every member must issue a pocket book. The unit or the precinct must have an OP where you record. Book members on duty, you book members. So you can't book them on your own diary or pocket book, because you may lose it at any time. And that OP must be at the office, so that if the other shift is coming in, the prison commander or that, sometimes you don't have in other stations, we are having challenges of commanders, but that member that has been identified to be an acting inspector must book all those that are on duty, and they must sign that we are here, everything. So that's a challenge that we had as the
Commissioner,
EMPD.
because you have a habit of speaking for a long time, let's not focus on other members. Let's focus on you. So your OB book, or the OB book that applied to you, and your diary. So forget about the other members and other officers. Your one, you are able to produce it.
No, I don't operate on the OB book or diary.
So if you were to go to Mkhwanazi or Midval or Soweto, where would you, not other members, you, Julius Mkhwanazi, if you were going to an operation outside of Ekurhuleni, where would you record that?
By law, I'm supposed to report it on the police radio and say, we are moving out of jurisdiction. But again, it's a challenge Because we don't have communication radios too.
I don't want you to give long answers.
Oh,
Where do you
oh.
record? Is there a piece of paper where you, Julius Mkhwanazi, records that I was in Soweto on this date? It was an operation and we confiscated stolen goods.
No, I don't have, but I depend on members when they say in their book, they said the chief or the deputy chief or the director arrived at this time, visited us, they record on that.
All right, thank you.
And when they submit their monthly or what, they will also say that we were visited by this person.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And then lastly, on this 2025 agreement at page 403, clause 727, it reads, request for assistance shall be in writing. In case of emergency, request may be made orally. However, shall be confirmed by writing within 3 days. You see where I'm reading?
Page 425, paragraph.
403, page 403, sorry. Clause 7.2.7.
Yes, clause.
7.2.7
Yes.
says request for assistance shall be in writing. In case of emergency, request may be made orally. However, shall be confirmed by writing within 3 days. You see that?
Yes.
And so all requests from one or other to operate outside their jurisdiction, that's my understanding, is that the request must be in writing. It allows for emergency assistance, but prescribes that such requests may then, in those circumstances, be made orally, but must be confirmed within 3 days in writing. Is that, do you understanding as well?
Yes, we are having such requests.
Yes.
Yes.
But is that how you understand 7.2.7? So basically, the request must be in writing, that requirement.
I think I've answered that, Commissioner earlier on.
No, we haven't dealt with this particular point of the request having to be in writing.
Yes, it says so. Yes,
Okay,
it
now,
says so.
I just wanted to test your understanding because then follows my question. Are you saying that what is in 7.2.7 altered the position as was legally permissible prior to the signature of this document? Was it changing anything? 7.2.7.
No, it wasn't changing anything.
Okay.
In fact, it was adding on some of the operation that we're having, that done in writing, in time.
All right.
Sometimes you sit and plan as a joint operation with other law enforcement stakeholders.
So it wasn't changing, you say. So therefore, even prior to the signature of this particular MOU, it has always been the requirement that assistance be made in writing. And that's what you practice within EMPD. Am I correct?
You are correct, but you must also read it with what Commissioner Baloyi was saying in page 415. That,
Yes,
which
well,
covers that in some of the operations, members may act, some may give reports, or sometimes it may not be a planned operation, you see. But there are operations, I agree with you, there are planned operation where there's an operational plan, where all law enforcement stakeholders, they sit, they execute together in all different, in 2 or 3 or 4 different municipalities with other law enforcement agencies.
For the record, page 415, which Commissioner Baloyi referred you to, doesn't say you may or may not file reports. I think page 415, as I understand it, in fact makes the point that you may not operate outside your jurisdiction unless you have a written agreement with the authority in that next jurisdiction. That's what it tells you. Absent such an agreement, you don't have legal authority.
That was my understanding, but it was corrected.
Okay.
Commissioner Mkhwanazi, I thought we were agreed that 415, what I read in page 415, sets the boundaries of what you are allowed to do. It says that the powers in 64F may only be executed within the Ekurhuleni Metro Council unless an appropriate agreement has been signed with a neighboring municipality. And what that means, which I've just read, is that absent an agreement
Yes.
with another municipality, you may not operate in the jurisdiction of another municipality. You understand that? You agree with that?
Yes, Chair, you confused.
Did I or the chair confuse?
No, the Chair confused.
How now?
Because
You said the way Commissioner Baloyi read it, and then you said whatever it was you said. And I said to you, this is not about how Commissioner Baloyi read it. It is about how it actually reads. That's all I said. What's confusing with it?
yes, Chair, that's what I was saying. I've said that means it has been our limitation.
That means?
It has been our limitation. We need to correct it and make sure that we stick to what Commissioner
But
Baloyi
that had
said.
nothing to do with what I said. Because as I say, all I said was to correct you when you said, as Commissioner Baloyi reads it. So I just said it's not about how Commissioner Baloyi reads it.
I get
It's
it,
about the actual content.
Yes, I
And
get it.
it's about how it actually reads. Am I making sense?
Yes, Chair.
All right. And also another issue I may raise with you, I'm not sure that I understand your cross-referencing to what Commissioner Baloyi read when Ms. Sello is engaging you on 727. 727 is about requests for assistance, whereas what Commissioner Baloyi read is about where each metro or municipality may exercise its functions, which is that they may only do so within their jurisdiction. That's not about assistance as envisaged in 7.2.7. Do you get the difference?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, Ms.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair, Commissioners. If you get the difference, you will leave it at that. The answer you've given stands, or would you like to revisit it?
No. We revisit. When it's a request, you see, it's very clear.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
it must be in writing.
Yes.
So now my question was, the clause I read for you comes from a 2025 agreement. Do you understand?
Yes, Chair.
I wanted to understand whether that requirement was that, whether your understanding was that there was such a requirement even prior to 2025. Have you always understood that there must be a request in writing?
You are correct.
That's been your understanding?
Yes, you're correct.
And that is how you have conducted operations outside Ekurhuleni?
Yes, if there's a request.
Which
we are doing
request
that.
would be in writing?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm clarified. Thank you.
But that would not always be the case, because on your evidence, if you are chasing a person and they cross into the jurisdiction of another municipality, you can't just let them go. You will chase them and arrest them. I think that's how I understood your evidence.
You are correct, Chair.
Yes.
Yeah, I may talk maybe, for example, when it's crowd management, where they know it's a big joint operation in request. That's what has been happening.
Well, maybe let's use a simpler example. If you're chasing a speeding driver, a driver who was involved in criminal conduct in your municipality, and you chase them and they cross into the JMPD jurisdiction, what do? Do you pursue them into that jurisdiction, or do you stop where your line ends?
We do pursue, Chair.
Yes.
And it's not only limited to that.
Yes.
Even when members are working operational, they get information now that we must go to that. They do that.
Yeah. So you do that even where there has not been a request for assistance. I think
Yes.
it's the point that I'm trying to
Yes,
make.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I think as well, I'm trying to find it, but I can't immediately. I'll find it for you. My understanding, at least, of the law is the regulations, the SAPS regulations, permit you, by you I mean the Metropolitan Police Department, to continue with a pursuit that originates in your jurisdiction, even if it goes beyond the borders. You are permitted to pursue that suspect until the suspect is arrested. Is my understanding correct? And that's stipulated in the regulation. I'll give you the specific regulation tomorrow morning. But generally, is that how you understand it?
Yes, Chair.
Yes.
Yes,
So
that's why I even said in terms of information, that's what it's happening again.
now that is what I can call hot pursuit. It starts in Germiston, drives out of Ekurhuleni jurisdiction. The law permits the pursuit to continue, even into the next jurisdiction with or without agreement. So it's a specific permission to continue with that pursuit until its objective is met.
Yeah.
I'm saying that to say I agree with you on that.
Yes, but there are also a lot of gray areas, Chair.
Before we get to gray areas, can I get to my question?
Okay.
Thank you. So at least the one regarding pursuit, you and I are in agreement. Again, I go back to the question that Commissioner Khumalo, I think, posed. If you get information while you are in your office in Germiston that a suspect who you believe committed a crime in Ekurhuleni is in Soweto, or there's a suspect in Soweto who committed a crime, let's say in Sandton, do you have the authority to go seek and arrest that suspect without the prior engagement and approval by JMPD? And your response to that was yes.
No.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood.
Commissioner Khumalo said you may move from here to, not from Soweto to Sandton, not within the jurisdiction of Johannesburg, but from here you may do that to Soweto. If the information leads you to Soweto, Soweto leads to Randburg, but started from here, the information was got from here, you see.
So you are
But yes, but I'm saying when members are around there doing other operation and they find something there, they may execute and arrest. They can't say, we are Metro Police officers, we're here to execute other thing, but there's a crime that is happening because we're in Soweto, it's happening in Soweto. We will run away and leave it. It doesn't happen like that. They must execute because members of public, they see police, they don't see EMPD, JMPD.
Let's forget about hot pursuit. What I think Mr. Sello wants to understand, which is what I think Commissioner Khumalo wanted to understand, and which is what I want to understand. You are sitting
Sorry, Chair.
You are sitting in your office in Ekurhuleni.
Yes.
And you get information about the commission of a crime and that the alleged culprit is in Soweto. Would you move from Ekurhuleni to Soweto to go and effect an arrest?
Members, they may communicate with members of JMPD or they go to that police station, say, or work with SAPS to assist them. It becomes easier, but it's happening, they go and arrest.
So Ekurhuleni police or EMPD members would not on their own, without being assisted by, after a request by members of the JMPD, simply go to Soweto.
As I've said earlier on, it's happening. You see, it's happening.
It may be happening, but it's something else whether it's lawful, and what we are trying to establish is what is lawful.
Yes.
Would EMPD members lawfully move from Ekurhuleni? And remember, this is not hot pursuit. Move from Ekurhuleni to Soweto and perform whatever functions they think they are entitled to perform.
I think for now, there's no law that has challenged us. As I've said that before I joined,
Is it lawful? I'm not asking whether you've been challenged. Is it lawful?
Yes, in the court of law, they've accepted those dockets. They've sentenced those suspects, you see. And in our minds, or in their minds, it's like that, no, it's lawful. It has been happening, you see. And I must say, it's many cases where the executor, I submitted an evidence of some of those cases that it has been happening. Before I even become a commander, we've been doing that. And to my understanding, with this current memorandum of understanding, it has even allowed that members must work, because we'll see them saying, hey, we are moving. But another thing is that on what Commissioner Khumalo is saying, it's very important to report to an OP entry, go to a police station and whatnot, so that it will limit the litigations where there will be litigations. Let me say so.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for the responses, Commissioner Mkhwanazi. And your responses, I think, will help me at least understand or wrap my mind around a case involving EMPD members outside the jurisdiction of Ekurhuleni. So I needed to understand the legal basis of operating outside your jurisdiction, and I think you have given us your understanding.
Yes.
Okay. Now, is there anything else you would like to say about operations outside the city? Because I would propose that we then move to your paragraph 5.
Let's go back to the same page.
So the paragraph we're dealing with is your statement, page 4 on to page 5. And we have just dealt with the annexures that you introduced there, which you have as 19 Roman 1 and Roman 2, but we have agreed to amend that to read 18.1 and 18 Roman 2 at page 5. Do you see that?
5.
We have just dealt with those agreements.
Yes.
Okay. So my question was, is there anything else you want to say about that subject before we move to your paragraph 5?
Oh, I also talked about our visit as the managers, that we usually visit such operations, whether it is within or you go and check when members are there, because we are, for example, directors are operational. In fact, Metropolitan Policing, it's an operational, you see. Operational managers or operational commanders must visit members operationally. You see, in terms of operation, give support, work with them, even though you want to work with them for 10, 11, 8 hours. But that visit boosts the morale and say, our leaders or our commanders are there. That's one of the things that I've touched on here. Thank you.
Thank you. So then that would lead us to your paragraph 5 at page 5, and that paragraph is headed, team deployed to the suspects who were defrauding members of the public with fake stones. Do you see where I am?
Number 5, yes.
Yes. Would you like to briefly deal with then the contents of that paragraph?
Team deployed to the suspect who were defrauding members of public with fake stones. On the 8th of February, we had a joint operation with province and EMPD, as we always do. We tasked members of truck hijacking task team unit, or trust team, let me say, to join other teams as per request from Deputy Chief of the province to attend with them, since it was affecting our area in Johannesburg, and those members who were selling fake stones on social media platform public members are being defrauded, or members of public are being defrauded.
Yeah. Before you you go to the next subparagraph, you just say the 8th of February, do you recall the year? You haven't indicated the year.
Can I skip? I'll check the year.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
We'll revert. At line 4, you say, we tasked members of the truck hijacking task team to join the other teams as per the request of Deputy Chief Inspector Gerald Maseko. Who's Gerald Maseko, and with which?
He's the late, he was working at province.
He's what?
He was working at province.
What does that mean? Working at province where? In the health department?
No.
Where?
Gauteng traffic department.
This is Gauteng traffic department?
Yes.
And you say he's late?
Yes, he's late, Chair.
Oh,
That's why I jumped the name, because
Okay. So, and, you'll come back with the, thank you, you may proceed.
When you say to join the other teams, what other teams?
no, it was his team and some members of JMPD, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly.
Okay? Thank you, Chair.
During the day, we visited to check on their progress. As the seniors members confirmed whereabouts in Johannesburg, where we found them and we communicated to Officer Mackenzie, who confirmed that they were still busy with the suspect. They were still busy with the suspect interrogating, also reported to the police station. Well, they also reported to the police station. We left them as they were still busy, and I was rushing for another meeting or to another meeting after engagement in our area.
Before
But
you get into the
yes.
next sub-paragraphs, you say and I think you've done this from your previous sub-paragraph. You say, we tasked members. You see that at your first sub-paragraph? And you say, during the day, we visited members. Then third line of page 6, you say, members confirmed their whereabouts in Johannesburg, where we found them.
Yes.
Now, you consistently refer to the we. Who's we?
As I've said that I was with him.
Oh, by we you mean yourself
Yes.
and
Yes.
Deputy Chief Inspector
Yes.
Maseko.
Yes.
Now,
Before you move on, so the we, I thought it was you in the plural, but we here is with Maseko.
Yeah.
So when you say we tasked members of the truck hijacking task team, what team is that?
It's the team that was working on that. There's a team that we formed.
Is it an EMPD team? Is it a Gauteng?
No. This one that I tasked, it is EMPD. That was work with the other team.
Okay, so you and Inspector Maseko, you tasked
No,
the
let-
EMPD truck hijacking.
Let me correct it. We explain, yeah, I'm saying I.
Okay.
You're correct.
That
Thank you.
clarifies it. Thank you.
Thank you.
thanks, Commissioner Baloyi. Now you say at page 6, we found them and communicated with Officer Mackenzie, who confirmed that they were still busy. My first question, who's Officer Mackenzie?
He's an EMPD officer working at hijacking task team unit.
So he's one of the people you personally had deployed.
Yes, from EMPD.
Okay. You say you found them. Who's the them?
No, I spoke with him. He said there are some members are inside.
Now, who did you deploy to this?
From EMPD, it was Officer Mackenzie, Officer Kesha. I think it was the two of them.
Kesha Stalls.
Yes.
Mackenzie would be Eddie and Mackenzie.
Yes, Chair. I think there were two on that day. Yes, in that operation.
And is there, because you sound a bit hesitant, what record could we possibly have regard to determine who exactly you deployed in the operation? What record of EMPD would you say we should turn to?
They also submitted statement to confirm that they were two.
No, I'm asking about the deployment. You deployed them, remember?
Yes, in their books, they will have. So
you
information.
write in their books that you are deploying them, or?
No, remember, I've said in that time we didn't have OP books and everything, but on daily basis, in fact, there was an inspector who's called Officer Schultz, but he decided to retire during that time because of personnel. They were not having an operational commander. Then Officer Stolz took over to become an acting supervisor. She was recording each and every information of the team, all documented in detail. Sometimes I will check, hey, can I check your things. I do surprise visit to different teams. Then I'll find the book that she recorded all the things, the activities of the day, the activities of a week. You will find it in her book. As I've said that we didn't have 4 people, but she was recording each and everything.
Commissioner Mkhwanazi, hence my earlier question to you, because the request is made to you. The request is made to you by Gerald Maseko, Chief Inspector, Deputy Chief Inspector, and then you deploy Mackenzie and Stalls. Where do you record A, the request made to you, and B, your decision to deploy these 2 people? Because we are concerned not about what they recorded, but what you recorded.
I deployed them telephonically, Chair. I didn't record anywhere. I phoned.
You don't have a diary or an entry in writing where details of Chief Inspector Maseko, the nature of the operation, how many people are required from your team, who you've decided to deploy. You don't have a written record of that.
I have diaries where I record everything, Chair. Can I go and check? But I've changed offices many times. But there is where I will record. If I visit, I will record, or meetings. In my diary, I will write everything. You see.
I think we can agree that, and I'm reading Mr. Magagula's statement, that it was 2023.
I just wanted the witness to confirm before he says we imposed the year of 23 on him.
Can you confirm that this operation was in 2023 February?
Yes, I think
you
you're
don't have
correct.
to be exact as far as the date is
No,
concerned.
yes, Chair. Yes, Chair.
So on the basis of your response to Commissioner Kumalo's clarification questions, there is no independent record that is owned by EMPD and retained by EMPD regarding this particular deployment. None exists, so there's no point in us going to ask for it. Because it's either in your diary or in Stolz's notebook.
Yes, but there will be monthly report, monthly feedback of different units. From my office, we'll get it as a monthly report from different, but there will be a record from Stolz, and there will be, if I record it, it will be on mine. But I'm definitely sure Stolz was recording each and every day.
Yeah, no, my question was just, if, God forbid, you and Stolz were to be struck by lightning tomorrow, there is no other independent source that can help us understand the deployment. So there is no document within EMPD that we can turn to. That shows that you, Commissioner Mkhwanazi, on this particular day, 8th of February, or it might have been before, maybe the execution is the 8th of February, whatever date, that you tasked specific persons to go execute a particular mandate. There is nothing we can search for within EMPD to tell us that, absent your personal diary and Stolz's notebook.
Now, let's check our weekly or monthly report. I think we may find something, because all the units reports, or from my office, I will get it monthly, but from other people, they will report it weekly. Maybe we may come up with something, but I know that definitely show it Stolz, because she even reported it, that it was submitted to Commissioner Rivers, demanded all the documents and took all the documents. I think we'll find it there.
So just as a last point, so these weekly or monthly reports are not by you, they are to you. They are made to you, not by you.
Oh, no, to me. They are made, yes, to me.
So then I go back to my question. You did not record anywhere outside your diary, within records that are owned specifically by EMPD, that you task these numbers. You don't have that, there is no such.
That's why I'm saying, I can't remember, Chair. That's why I'm saying, let's check the stats. Maybe in part of the stats it will be recorded, but definitely sure. With the one
if
of
you
Stolz,
don't,
we get it.
can you just give us some guideline? Where do we search for it? Where do we start the search?
It was 2023, ne?
No, where? When we go
No,
to
I'm thinking,
EMPD?
I've changed many offices. I'm thinking who will be the correct person. I think offices of specialized services, the admin of.
And then we ask them to look at what?
Weekly diaries or monthly feedback of that month.
So we're back to
Yes.
diaries. So outside
Not diaries,
diaries,
let me say feedback. There's a format of feedback that I submitted, that where all the units, all the people are submitting. Can you check on that, Chair? I think it will assist us. Because I may not recall exactly, you see, but I know that even changing offices, but some of the document will be there.
This feedback is submitted to who? Is it to a meeting? Is it to your superior?
Yes,
Wait,
we
wait.
submit it to monthly. They submit to like me as a director. I will get all the feedback, you see, for the unit.
Yes.
Then it will come to me. From me, I will take it. Or from seniors, we select the highlights. But it will be recorded. You will take it to the seniors up until the last office.
So
which is the
you would
office
have
of the
taken.
chief of
So
police.
you would have taken it where? So your Stolz and Mackenzie give you a report.
I was suspended that month, but I think the office will have taken
The month
it.
of the operation.
February, yes, I was suspended around February. You see, I couldn't consolidate.
So you did not submit.
No. The ladies may have consolidated it.
The ladies in
The
the.
office, yes. Yes, no, because they will consolidate for all the units. All the information that is submitted, they will consolidate and send it to me or send it to the person who's in charge. By that time, the person immediately when I was suspended, there was another acting director in the specialized services.
Yeah, but if you were suspended before you submitted, then the acting person, if you don't have a record of your own, the acting person would not have a report from you because you don't submit, you don't prepare a report from this operation.
No, remember, Commissioner, the report is not for me. It's submitted to my office.
By
It's for the
Stolz,
city.
by Stolz and
By-
Mackenzie.
Yes, but no, it will be by stores, but for all the units, they submit to one central office. Then there it was, the acting supervisor was stores for all the operations that have been taking place since the resignation, or yes, it was a resignation of the unit command. Then stores took over to record everything.
Okay.
thank you, Commissioner Baloyi. We are still at page 6. You then conclude with the second paragraph at page 6 on this topic. Is it stopped working?
It's out again.
Yeah.
There's a guy who was assisting me, sorry, Chair.
He'll be with you in a minute. He's coming.
Yes, my ears are too small and this thing is big. They keep on. Sorry, Chair, when I'm sweating, it moves because my ears are too small.
Well, maybe the solution is to stop sweating. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes,
Okay.
I can hear you.
I referred us to your page 6 of your supplementary statement. And I was making the point that under discussion, you conclude with a second paragraph at page 6. So if you could just quickly read that.
This is very touching on me. Paragraph 6 on the issue of kidnapping.
What's touching for you to paragraph 6 issue of kidnapping? Let me just get this. If you go back to page 5, I didn't realize that you finished with that paragraph. JMPD in the second line that you referred to, and there's also province. Maseko belonged to what? To JMPD?
No, not to province.
And who represented JMPD in your team?
I didn't meet with them, but operational, they met with them. I only communicated with one, with Maseko, yes.
So you had no, even though you had assigned people here, you had no dealings with JMPD, you as the head?
Yes, but they've confirmed that they worked with them.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you.
So this was a traffic police operation? Because you said Maseko is from the provincial traffic police.
We were part, Chair. I can't.
Whose operation was it?
He's the one that came with and they communicated with JMPD. All of us were part of that operation, Chair. I can't say it was him.
So who was in charge?
It was me and him.
So you were in charge of this operation?
Yes, it was me and him.
And you have no record of it because there are no annexures relating. You have annexures for everything else except for this operation.
Chair, in the statements, in the previous main statement, the members, I was able to get two statements from them where they mentioned that all the recorded details and
but
everything.
They mentioned after the event. I'm talking about before and during the event. There is no annexure setting out the nature of the operation, who's in charge of it, who's the complainant, why you are involved, who you are deploying, what happens after the deployment, what did you confiscate, what did you do with that? There's no record of that.
No. In their statement, it touches...
No, not in their statements. I thought we agreed that you asked them to prepare statements. So after the event, they prepared statements. But in the ordinary course of policing operations, because they are not witnesses, they don't do statements. They record what they were tasked to do and what they did and how the operation ended. So there's no record of that.
May I respond, Chair? In their statement, they've said they recorded everything. All their documents were taken by Commissioner Revo's piece, I think even IP2, that's what they've said, that they recorded everything. See, not to say they were responding to me, but they mentioned everything, that no, all the documents and everything, where they were recorded everything.
I find it strange that you were in charge of the operation, but you yourself don't have any record.
You know, Chair, the operation that you run it from when it starts, let me say before, during, and after, where you keep everything, but where you come and check and go, that's where I'm having challenges, you see. But now I see that each and every hour, and I must go back to become an operational officer and have my own people go pocketbook that I record everything, not to depend on others.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just ask, sorry, Mr.
Yes, Commissioner Malone.
The Gauteng Traffic Department, what is their mandate? Are they involved in law enforcement as a body?
Yes, Chair, now they are. They've assisted us.
At the time of this operation?
Yes, they are. In fact, Chair, we have worked with them in many operations, especially in crimes. Remember, some of the crime, some of the infrastructure belongs to the province. You see, they've established the teams that are responsible for your infrastructure, cable theft, damage of cities' infrastructure, and other crimes. Truck hijack, let me say, they've got all the teams that we're having, in short. You see, they are responding to all the crimes that are affecting the province.
Do they do
Yes.
exactly the same work that the South African Police Service does?
And what we're doing, yes. And they've assisted a lot, Chair, because some members have got information, have responded and reacted on that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloyi. We were still at your page 6. No, we hadn't started on the next topic of the issue of kidnapping, I had invited you to deal with your last paragraph on the topic of the fake stones. The third is a second paragraph on your page 6 that starts with the words, but the briefing.
I think I've covered it, or must I repeat it?
Please repeat it, because
Yes.
if you did, I missed it.
But the briefing I got in the afternoon was that all paperwork was then handed over to the other team members. And I was told that all the other documents were taken by Commissioner Rivers Peace and Erasmus when they were when I was suspended. The same month they were arrested for something else.
Now here you indicate that you got a briefing in the afternoon. I take it it's in the afternoon of the same date?
Yes, I called
Okay.
them the afternoon of the same date.
So on the afternoon of the 8th, the day of the operation, the paperwork was handed to the other team members.
Everything was handed to the other team members because they did paperwork.
Yes.
Yes, even
Yeah.
though I'm not sure what type of paperwork because I didn't have an opportunity to check. You see, as Commissioner Khumalo was saying, recording and other things, you see.
So you wouldn't know, they briefed you that all paperwork was handed over to the other team members. And are you saying that you don't know what paperwork they were talking about?
No. In the report that I will get monthly, it will be specifying it, but I only know.
No, in the briefing, I want to know what you
No,
were
no.
informed as to paperwork in the briefing.
No, I only know.
So based on operations of this nature, would you have a sense of what those documents ought to be?
I think
Paperwork.
I think it's the recording of what they got there, and maybe the evidence that they got or whatever that they got there. It's not only paperwork. Yeah, it's just that I limited it to paperwork. I must correct it. Everything that they got, they said they handed it. Not only paperwork. May I correct that, Chair?
Okay, so you say the briefing you got then that afternoon was that all paperwork you want to add and evidence?
Yes, let me not limit it to paperwork. Yeah, I just was typing. It's my mistake.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sure that the commissioners won't have a challenge. So we know they're the conclusion of that operation, they had paperwork and then they had the evidence.
Yes.
And they briefed you that these were handed over to the other team members. Who are these other team members?
I didn't ask because I know that they were working with other team members. But I know that in their recording, they recorded it. Because in her statement, when I said, Kesha, there's this thing that is coming. He said, no, man, don't worry. I recorded everything. Even where I handed it, I recorded. I said, no, I'm sorry, it's fine.
So at the time they briefed you, you didn't know who the other team members were?
Yes, when I came back, she was no longer there now.
Come again?
I'm saying when I came back, she was no longer
No, I'm still on
EMPD.
the day of the briefing. At that
Yeah,
point,
no, the
you
briefing
didn't
wa-
know who the...
No, the debriefing was telephonically.
Oh,
Yes, it was telephonically.
okay. Then you just accepted that the paperwork and the evidence was given to these other team members that you don't know.
Yes,
Who are the other team members?
I know.
This is your operation for
Yes.
EMPD, so you must surely know the team that you have involved in this operation. You've mentioned Stoltz and Mackenzie. You've mentioned those two. The briefing you get from Stoltz or Mackenzie that same afternoon of the operation is that the paperwork has been given to other team members. So you should be able to say who are the other team members that were involved.
You are correct, Chair. Remember, I don't know other juniors from other teams because I didn't have one briefing with them. I didn't meet them physically. I don't know them, Chair, because it's juniors that belong to other people. They are not in my command. You see.
So, but ought the paperwork and the evidence not have been then handed over to Deputy Chief Inspector Gerald Masako,
No.
who was the initiator of this entire operation?
No, Kesha wrote in her statement, she even wrote everything. You see, not in her statement, even she said in that OP, she recorded everything, or that book that she was using, she recorded everything. You see.
No, I'm asking you as Commissioner Mkhwanazi, you have a joint operation, you say, with Gauteng Traffic Department, and I think you mentioned another entity,
JMPD, yes.
JMPD.
Yes.
So and you said, and I think to Commissioner Baloyi's question, you indicated that Deputy Chief Inspector General Masako was responsible together with you for the operation.
Yes.
You are briefed that same afternoon, and you know that there is paperwork, you know there is evidence, you have asked that we add, and paperwork and evidence. Was the paperwork and the evidence not, would that not properly have been handed over to yourself? And or Deputy Chief Inspector Maseko as the people who led this team?
No.
Is that not how it happens?
No, it will be the feedback, but the paperwork, when I was not there, it was not headed because I was not there when they finalized an
I'm
operation.
trying to understand how it happens in your environment. You are in charge, the paperwork and evidence is handed over, but it's not handed over to you.
Yes.
It's handed over to somebody and you don't get to know who that somebody is. Is that
No,
the essence of how operations
No, they
work?
wrote in the statement, Commissioner. You see, I was not there physically. I attended some commitment to another meeting. I was not there with them. You see.
No, I'm more interested in the briefing. You got a briefing. You didn't inquire. I accept that, right?
And I've said it's a telephonical briefing. I
And
called
even
it briefing, yes.
You had a voice over the telephone. You didn't inquire. Okay, now you say, you go further and you say, I was told that all other documentation were taken by Rivers Peace and Henny Erasmus when I was suspended. Just a clarification, all other documentation taken by Rivers Peace, is it the same paperwork that was handed to the other team members, or is it different document? I'm trying to see if I should differentiate between.
Yes, they said all their diaries for everything that they recorded, all the paperwork for other operation that we're having as a team, everything was taken from them. When they were suspended, they took everything. By that time, I was not there. They took everything. They were suspended after me. You see, for other duties and for other operations. Then they took everything. In fact, in their statement, in their affidavit,
Yes.
they wrote everything, that it was this and that and that and that.
But just to make sure I understand, the documentation here taken by Rivers Peace and Henny Erasmus is not the same paperwork that was handed over to the other task team members. It's not about this particular operation.
But they could have recorded all those things that are there. That's what they told me. They submitted, but on their side, they had information and everything there.
The passive voice here, as opposed to the active voice, confuses me. One is forced to just assume who you are referring to right at the end of the sentence, after closing brackets, after 2023, comma, then the same month they were arrested. You open with a passive voice, you got a briefing, and you also close with the passive voice. Now, I do not know who were arrested, but I assume it's a reference to Keisha Stores and Adrian Mackenzie.
It's 3 officers.
Yeah.
Keisha Stores, Adrian Mackenzie. I forgot the other name because he's a constable. But the 3 of them were arrested for Pinoni case, something like that. Yes.
It's not that important, but it's just that the same month they were arrested. You say that after referring to Rivers Peace and Henny Erasmus, and I know you are not suggesting that it's those 2 people that were arrested. No. But as I say, grammatically, this is a bit confusing, yes, especially because of the passive voice.
I know you always say that, humble apologies. You don't want to say the thing and what you want us to be specific.
Thank you.
That's what I've learned from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Commissioner Mkhwanazi, can you just clarify the first paragraph on page 6? You say in the second line, second sentence, members confirm their whereabouts in Johannesburg, where we found them and communicated with Officer Mackenzie. So did you yourself go to the scene of this incident?
Yes, Chair, I called, they told me, let me listen to you first.
So you were there?
Yes, I went there, I drove
Yes.
in.
And who did you find there?
Officer Mackenzie.
And the other teams that you are referring to, did you
Well-
see any other teams or just Mackenzie and
No,
Stolz?
somewhere inside. No, I didn't even see stalls. Somewhere
did you
inside.
see?
Mackenzie. I
And
communicate,
you
Mackenzie
only
came
saw
out.
Mackenzie?
Yes, Mackenzie came out.
So
and
you don't even
communicated.
know that JMPD was inside, and you don't know that the Joburg or Gauteng Traffic Department was inside, because you did not see them. You only saw Mackenzie.
Yes, I only saw Mackenzie.
So you don't know that there was another team other than the people you sent there.
No, in their statement, they mentioned that they were there.
Who was there?
The other team members.
Who did they say was there?
Or they didn't specify in terms of the name.
No, I thought you said in their statement they said the other team was there.
No, I'm saying me, I don't know them. But they mentioned, when you check the statement that is submitted to the commission, that is submitted, I think they submitted to IP, they specify, they mentioned.
My understanding is that other than Mackenzie and Stolz, there was one other person there. Now that one person cannot constitute a team, according to my understanding of what a team is. So
Yes, correct.
if it was Mackenzie and Stolz and one other person, there couldn't have been other teams there because it's your team and one other person.
But in their statement, they mentioned that they were there, they handed over to them. I was not there. I can't say you are lying. You see, I can't say I can't take it.
And then when you
They will
say
prove it, yes.
when you say where we found them there, who is we?
I've said I was driving with, one officer was driving me and from EMPD, and officer and senior or the deputy director.
Who is that was driving with you?
I will tell you his name. I will remember his name now.
But it was not somebody from JMPD
No.
or Gauteng Traffic
No.
Department.
It's a person who drives me sometimes.
It was your team member.
Yes, EMPD, yes.
Okay. Then where was Maseko and the other person who's in charge of the operation?
No, we
Did you
drove.
see him that day when you went to the?
No, we drove in one car when we went there.
No.
Then
I asked you who was in the car. You said it was your team member.
no, I've been saying it. It's just I've been saying it that when we arrived there, even in my statement, it says so. It was me, Masego, and the guy that was driving me.
In one car.
Yes, we were three. It was the three of us in one car. Yes, and it was an EMPD car. He drove us with the EMPD car.
Thank you, Commissioner. On that score then, who did you say was the person responsible for JMPD in this operation? We know you were EMPD. Director Maseko was Gauteng Traffic Department. Who was responsible for JMPD?
I've said I didn't communicate with anyone from EMPD from my side.
Sorry, say that again?
From my side, I didn't communicate with anyone from JMPD.
No, I appreciate that, but do
Yes.
you know who was responsible for the JMPD?
No. No, I don't. I was going to mention him or her. Yeah.
So I take it, I understand then you say on the afternoon where you got the briefing, the all paperwork is paperwork generated by Stolz and Mackenzie during the operation.
Let me say Stolz, because I know Stolz,
Okay.
she records everything. She's a good administrator.
Okay. And you recall that when we were dealing with that MOU, we said these requests for assistance are in writing. Where do we find the request? From either Gauteng Traffic Department and or JMPD to you requesting assistance in this regard?
No, there was no formal request. It was the issue of the morning and say, this is an operation, these people are operating, can we go and hit very fast? Then you're allowed.
Oh, so earlier you had said that you always do these requests in writing. This particular operation does not have a written request.
Yes, remember the memorandum of understanding was even talking about days. Here it was not an issue of a day. It was the issue of hours.
Yes, that memorandum said if it's an emergency. Was this an emergency?
Yes, because they were robbing people and were told they were moving. Then they went in.
Okay. And that memorandum goes further. That particular clause 7.2.7 stipulates that if it's an emergency, the request will be oral, but will be confirmed within 3 days in writing.
That's why I'm saying that the report will talk to that in terms of the report of.
No, I'm asking not the report. The report is by storm.
No, we don't have.
So there was never a request
There was never, yes, no,
in
there was
writing.
never, yes.
Okay, notwithstanding that you've always understood that to be the
Yes.
requirement.
No, there was no. So,
Okay, then I think your final topic is the issue of kidnapping. Would you like to deal with it?
Chair, I would like to deny and say I don't plan to do any kidnapping. I'm a police officer, I can't do that, especially to my colleague, to my junior, you see, in the EMPD. Everything that they came or she came and testified about me kidnapping at night, it's not true. Why I'm saying that, there was a report that I got from EMPD as a director, was a director at that time. No, she said now. You see, I don't remember when is that, but there's a report that I got now that she was involved in kidnapping. Well, now as a deputy chief of police. She said it's a recent thing. Now as a deputy chief of policing, she was kidnapped. I got a report from the director of specialized services. He got it from the deputy director of specialized services because Chief Subtipa, she's deployed at Oliver Regional Tambo Airport. When she was working there, that's when she came up with the story that she was kidnapped and what, I don't want to say the story. She was kidnapped. I got a report after a day or two, you see, that there's this report of kidnapping. She was kidnapped by someone, or people kidnapped her, they wanted to do, they fought with that. They fought with those people, you see. It means that they saw those people, she fought with them, she disarmed them, even though here she said it was a firearm, she was also between a firearm and a knife, you see. I had nothing to do that. Why I'm saying that, there's at no stage that Colonel Tipa or Chief Superintendent that came to me and say, the allegations of blue light against you, there's this, that against you. You see, she has never reported to me direct. She was reporting to other people. I never interacted, except when the social word or else we are meeting somewhere. Hello, Donna is joking. We say 1, 2, or 3 things. You see, all other things. As I'm saying that she has been reporting all other seniors for serious allegations at EMPD. And we're able to trace and track that through evidence that has been submitted that all her allegations are not true. Other colleagues will write statements and say, no, we're there. The issue of sexual harassment against this senior male colleague is not true. It was because she doesn't want to comply. I had many reports, as I've mentioned in the statement, that where members have been complaining, and I was not directly dealing with her because she's having 2 commanders or 2 seniors before me. You see, that she report direct, and before I had other people complaining about bullying and all other things, want to charge at people, physically charge at people or beat juniors, calling them in social media, all with all these names. I won't mention the names, Chair. You see, but all those things, you see, how, and she even mentioned one of the mother of my child said she was part, even came in the morning to go and check that is she still alive, of which is not true, Chairperson. You see, she came here and cried, but I'm saying those tears were not true tears, Chairperson, because she knows very well that I'm not capable of doing that. You see, I'm the person who believes in engagements, Chair. I don't even believe in parades. I believe in a meeting. That is why sometimes you find me differing with my senior. I say, no, let's sit down in a meeting and engage. If I'm defeated, I will take that and say, it's my position. That's how I grew up. They say, if you are defeated in the meeting, we take that idea of a person who won and make sure that it's yours. And make sure that I defend it. But my members will tell you that, but Nduna, when you came before, you were saying this. And say, but I'm from the meeting. In the meeting, they gave me reasons and I agree with them. Now it is my position and this is what we are going to do. You see, I strongly deny these allegations. And there are cases that have been opened. In those cases, my name is not mentioned. I don't know why she came here and mentioned my name. Because in those cases, you can go, I even requested the commission, go and check those dockets that have been opened. There are many dockets that have been opened against by sinners at EMPD. I decided not to do that after the commission said, no, I'm not going to grow. I'm not going to benefit anything out of this. In summary, I'm saying, you can check all the, I even submitted. Currently, she's attending other disciplinary hearing within the city of Ekurhuleni for all these allegations and everything. Mine, I didn't even want to forward it, chairperson. But my character has been assassinated. My character has been badly dealt with, you see. You know, when you open, my kids open social media, they see you are a kidnapper. I'm not against, I will tell you, chairperson, I believe in non-racist, non-racial, prosperous South Africa. I was very clear in terms of promotion. Guys, we need to balance. This thing of policing being dominated by males, by us, must come to an end. Everything must balance when we're addressing these issues. Gender-based promotion, and I'm one of those who support programs of women. At EMPD, excuse me, Chair, at EMPD, they can tell you, Chair, I'm very vocal when it comes to those issues. You see, I can't wake up one day thinking a person hasn't even done anything to me. Even those that have came to me, you see. When Commissioner Revo's Peace was sitting, we're sitting in a council with Commissioner Revo's Peace, with Commissioner Deputy Chief Babu Mzolo. When he came and said, hey, did you say this thing of blue light and what Mzola said, Commissioner Mzola said, no. Talk to him correctly, because he was talking to me about these things. He was not even fighting. There's no need for me to fight with Commissioner for Space. You see, that's why I've been said in this commission that it's a process of the council. I'm not bitter, I'm not angry because of this. I have to account if I need to account for the decision. I even said I take ownership of talking to Busi, talking to Mr. Mike van Veek and bringing them to the seat. If they were brought. I even said that when Commissioner Balo showed me some main red tapes on the decision that I took, I said, I took ownership of that. I take that responsibility. But thinking of kidnapping, of course, Chair, I strongly deny that. That's what I won't do in my life. Even if when I'm dead, I won't be a skeleton that comes and kidnaps us. Because it's not within me. It is not within me. I grew up in the student movement, understanding gender-based issues, understanding non-sexist policies. And the Constitution is very clear on that. If I have to engage, if I want to complain, I must write a formal complaint to the council and say, I think she's dealing with me, but she hasn't even come to me, Chair. I don't even own the vehicle where she claims that she went, or they tested in Natis and got my name and find that I own that vehicle. They've got a proof to it. And I've said, let them submit. I don't even have that car. That let them, I have it, Chair.
Thank you.
By skeleton, I assume, I waited for you to finish. By skeleton, I assume you mean Spoko. A spook. I won't even do it, Chair, even if I can become a spook. See, because it's not within me. As I'm at this age, my kids will tell you, our father is not even in a single day lay a hand on us. All right.
I don't believe in noise. I believe in sitting down. Hey, this is wrong. You are going to face many things if you do like this and that. I'm a man who doesn't believe in violence. I believe in engage. That's how I grew up. So let's engage.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Before we leave this topic, then just if the commissioners could note, and please confirm for me, at the bottom of page 6 of your statement, after the words in parenthesis sexual harassment, do you see where I am? You then note annexure pages 204E to 204S.
Sorry, it's the last page.
No, page 6 of your statement.
Yes.
Last sentence.
Yes.
You see where it reads sexual harassment, yes. Then you say it's followed by the words annexure pages 24E to 204S. Do you see that?
Yes.
Please, I've just checked the file. You do confirm that's annexure JD 12. your original annexure that you had provided with your statement. She'll
not there. Or the
locate
original.
JD 12. I just want to confirm that those pages refer to that particular annexure. E to 204E to S. It's those documents and following that you say concern the sexual harassment claims.
Chair, it's supposed to be one of them.
No, it goes from 204E to 204S.
Oh. Yes.
So that's
Yes,
correct.
yes.
All right. If we do the same quick exercise, the first paragraph on page 7 concludes with the wording, she always got protection from Chief of Police, Mr. Isaac Mapieye, before Madanga Commission. What do you mean by that?
Yes, Chair.
You say she always got protection. She, I take it, is Ms. Tepa.
Yes, Chair.
Got protection from the Chief of Police, Mr. Isaac Mapieye, before Madanga Commission.
Yes, Chair. You see in one of the annexures, there are many complaints by, or I can see, there are many complaints by her juniors. I'm not talking about the seniors now. About her juniors, there are many grievances, formal grievances. I've attached those letters against her, and there were no formal sitting. There was no any attempt to attend where she promised them, I will physically beat you, and calling them the names that I can't call in this commission.
Yes.
They've wrote and submitted social media thing that I've attached to prove that. I'm not talking about I'm not creating a character.
No, if I may just clarify,
Yes, it is them.
it is the before Madanga Commission that I was interested in, because you say she always got protection from Chief Mapieye, and I assume that to be in the workplace.
Yes, Chair.
But then you say before Madanga Commission, are you saying testified by Mapieye, I don't know, or by herself?
Or before she testified at Madanga Commission,
Okay.
internal within EMPD
Okay.
and the city of Ekurhuleni.
So the protection
Yes.
is in the workspace.
Yes.
All right. And then you, thanks for that correction. You then reference annexure pages 163C to 163O, same file. On my record, that would be JD 10, 163C. Please stay with him. I'm going to
Wait.
direct.
Yes.
So that's so.
Yes, madam.
The
Oh, yes, Chair.
commissioners should read reference to annexure pages 163 capital C and 1 to 163O as part of JD 10.
Yes, Chair.
Okay. In the last paragraph, you do the same. The last sentence reads, attached is a statement from Deputy Director and Klapo's report to the department, annexure pages 163A, 163B. So if you go 2 pages back of JD 10, that's the only document I find signed by GB Klapo, Deputy Director, Special Services. Is that the
Chair.
document?
Yes, Chair. To the Director of Specialized Unit.
Yes,
Yes.
to D-Sing. So once again, that is JD 10. Correct? Is
Yes,
that
yes,
annexure JD 10?
Yes, Chair.
All right. May.
So against 163C to 163O, we should say part of JD10.
It's, both are part
and
of-
then again 163A, 163B, part of JD10.
Indeed. And the page numbering there refers to the actual page number within the annexure itself.
Thank you.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Thanks for that
Yes,
clarification.
Chair.
Then that would bring us to the end of your supplementary statement, unless you have anything else you'd like to highlight. That would be the conclusion of your supplementary statement.
Yes, Chair. I'm not sure. There was one, but I feel that I must say it in record, where it said that there's a unit that reports direct to me, the EU. I couldn't put it here. You see, I must say it in that record. There's a director, as you see here. There's a director of specialized services. All the units, they're not even reporting to him direct. It was said by Mr. Makakula from EMPD. You see, let me correct that, Chairperson. You know, and I know that Advocate Sello, you emphasized, you even said, are they reporting to Mkhwanazi? It is you emphasized on him. Then he responded, yes, yes. You see, but let me correct it because it was him who said yes. Specialized DU reports to superintendent, inspectors, the superintendent. There's no, I'm not sure about the chief superintendent because in other unit you don't have. Then there's a deputy director, there are deputy directors, there's a director. They don't report to me. Anything that I got from Mr. Makakola, it was telephonic. I referred to him, go and report to the director. And him and the director, they've been talking, and I don't even know the officers. I only know one officer because he stays in the Southern Regional Estate. Other officers, I don't even know them because it's big, EMPD is big. I won't know each and every officer. I want to state it in record. I feel that's what I even covered, you see, unless the commissioner will say, another supplementary, but I will fight with Madam Sello and say, no. Because I feel that it is, and it is there in me, that it's dealing with me. You see that everything that is wrong at EMPD is Julius Mkhwanazi. As if I'm the only person who has been commanding from chief, once the chief is there, and what. Yes, I know that you must take responsibility when we are in charge. But if I don't have information, I can't claim. You see, I don't have info. And when they were arrested, not arrested, all the details and case numbers. Now with that, he has been attending. They've been talking on daily basis. You see, or it's just because I'm not boot. Because he said he's talking to the chief's boot. It doesn't address me boot. You see. That's why he's throwing everything to me. And he knows that he complains to me as a senior. And I will say, talk to Henry Rasmus, he's leading integrity and standard. Talk to that director. He will refer to the unit commander. He will refer you to this person as the line work, because I know that in other units you don't have that, you see. But in those that we are having, fortunately in that unit, there's a clear line of command. We've promoted people, you see. I don't even have any information about.
Can I, just to understand what you're addressing now, DEU is what? Drug Enforcement?
Drug Enforcement Unit, yes.
Does it fall under Operations and Specialized Services?
Yes.
Where you were director before you became deputy chief?
No. When it was formed, I know that I was suspended. But when it was before, it used to fall under me, but there was a unit commander.
No, hold on a bit about the unit commander.
Yes.
I'm more interested in the overall accounting person for that DEU. I'm just trying to understand that.
Yes, Commissioner.
Where did it fall?
Operations and Specialized Services.
And where were you at the time that it was formed and it fell under the Operations and Specialized Services? What was your position?
I'm not sure when is the complaint that I was but I think I was the deputy chief of police.
Already?
Yes.
When the complaint was lodged?
Yes, when the complaint was lodged, I was the deputy chief of police.
But before while you were still director, this DEU ultimately reported to you?
No. It is the unit that was formed later than other unit. They reported to the person who's promoted the director now. They were reporting to him, not to me.
So they've never reported to you?
No.
As a director?
Yes, no.
Of operations?
Yes, they were formed now. It's the last unit to be formed, I think 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is the last unit to be formed.
When did you become deputy? When did you become deputy chief?
2023. No, 2023 I became.
December?
Yes, 2023 December, yes, you are
December.
correct, yes.
And you say this unit was formed after.
Yes, I think it was from after. I haven't have any authority instructing them, and you see, but I know them when they are having successes, because all the people, all the Metro Police officers that are wearing uniform, they are reporting to Deputy Chief Operations and Specializing. It's your precinct, it's your region.
Which is you.
Yes,
Okay, so in the end, they do report to you as deputy chief.
yes. That's why I don't even deny it when Deputy Director Makakula called me. Then I referred him to the relevant people who will assist in terms of deployment and information and everything. And they've been communicating, exchanging documents. I don't know now when there are lights and cameras, it's changing
No,
everything.
I just wanted to confirm
Yes.
what it is you were speaking to and who this unit referred to. You've answered me, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloy. So you have put the matter of the DEU on record. Would you say that concludes your supplementary statement to the Commission?
Yes, unless if there's the latest information that I got yesterday, I got on Sunday. You see, I'm not sure that, because it doesn't say I must submit anything in writing.
No.
It say this is the new evidence. You will guide me. You will
Oh,
guide me.
no. Those are, he's referencing the exhibits submitted by us, no. Sorry, a supplementary statement is not necessary for that purpose. I just wanted to know this statement that you submitted, that we have just dealt with, you have added the issue of DEU. Have we covered everything that you wanted to place before the Commission through this supplementary statement? Remember, you still have your main statement. Just wanted to understand that you are comfortable that we have covered everything that is in the supplementary statement.
I think so. I think so. And
Chair.
I'm covered when you say I'm still having that statement. I'm covered.
Yes. That being the case, then that would conclude Mr. Mkhwanazi's testimony so far as his supplementary statement is concerned. We did indicate that we think we have found a solution to avoid any confusion that might arise from accepting the amended statement with its annexures and reading it together with the first statement. The effect is that we will have three, but we will have cross-referenced within the amended statement to avoid the confusion of which annexure is referenced at which point. And that exercise will conclude tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Mr. Sello. There's something that I must address. Some may see it as minor. To me, it is not minor at all. After lunch, we were 5 minutes late. I had said we'd resume at 2:25, and we resumed at 2:30. I was at fault, not my co-commissioners. How I got my wires crossed, I have no idea. Somehow, between the adjournment and the time we started, I thought I had said we start at 2:30. I want to apologize to those present here and to those viewing the proceedings remotely. I apologize most profusely for being 5 minutes late. If I do not tender this apology, I will not in future be able to chastise people who are late. I apologize most profusely. Commissioner Mkhwanazi, let's start tomorrow at 9:30. Let us adjourn.
Thank you, Chair.